Hi guys, it's Ray here. I've been doing some experiments with the Bedini SSG charger, and I thought I'd post them on the forum. I mentioned to somebody in a private message, and they said it might be an interesting thing for a topic of discussion, so I decided I'd go ahead and put this little bit together for everybody. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I got 3 different watches here, a Quartz, digital, and a mechanical. It's an old Timex. And one of the things I want to take a look at here is what happens when you put a magnet near well, there's the other magnet, found it. What happens when you put a magnet near a watch, a quartz watch, for example? It stops it. See? And we can reverse the polarity. Stops it. Okay. Easy enough. Alright, so the thing I wanted to see was what happens when you put a watch near the Bedini SSG. Basically, I've been doing some research based on the theoretical work of Tom Bearden. If you don't know who he is, you might want to research that. And I just wanted to see if I could detect any anomalous relativistic effects while the Bedini SSG is operating. So here we got the watch. It's turning at a normal rate of speed. But when you get it near the Bedini SSG, something happens. It begins to move extremely fast. Also gets nailed too. So I wanted to see if that occurred with a different type of watch. So I got a digital here. We'll try it with a digital. Okay, it's 9:15 on the digital. And nothing. Yeah. So now let's take a look at the mechanical. Now this is an old Timex, and I don't want to damage it, but so really we get no change in the rate of speed on the mechanical watch. So clearly it's probably not a true relativistic effect. Here's what gets interesting though, is when I shut the Bedini SSG down and allow it to continue spinning, I still get this anomalous effect on the quartz watch. In fact, it happens away from the coil. So this clearly has something to do with the magnetic field that's generated while this thing is rotating. Next, I wanted to try this. I'm going to turn this back on because I don't want to be spinning this thing every 15 seconds. So here's another check I want to do. I want to try my little modified wall clock here. It's just a quartz with a battery in it, and see what we get. Switch hands here. So as we get this thing near to the, clearly the magnetic field. Oh! Alright, this is Ray. I'm back. As you can see, the little clock didn't do so well with its interaction with the Bedini charger. So I tried to fix it, and missing a part or two, and it just didn't want to work again. So what I decided to do is maybe just try the circuit, the quartz crystal and the wire, and see if I could get it to actually operate again. Well, I ended up messing up a circuit card, so that wasn't such a good idea. So I decided one last ditch attempt to see if I could measure voltage being induced in this coil in close approximation to the charger here, and see what I'd come up with. And I didn't get too much with that. It's really in the low millivolt range, and it was kind of intermittent, so I wasn't really generating much there. So I decided maybe it was something to do here with the this crystal. And I did some checks with that, and I wasn't really getting anything interesting. So I wasn't sure what it could possibly be. So I did some more checks, putting this up here, and I noticed there was something that was operating. It was turning the little gears that are inside there, these things over here. And I noticed that what it was is that there's this little magnet. Okay? And it actually fits down inside the device like that, and it spins based on the polarity of this little electromagnet that's in there. So the quartz crystal times a circuit that energizes this magnet. I don't think the quartz crystal actually drives this magnet, because that's probably not enough current, so the battery probably actually drives it. But what I noticed was, as I got this close here, you can hear it buzzing. That little magnet begins to spin inside there. Probably can't really see it, and if I let it go, I'm going to lose it again. But what's happening is that this magnetic field from the wheel with the North Pole is basically spinning this little wheel, this little magnetic wheel. And that little magnetic wheel had a gear on top of it that drove another gear and drove another gear and so forth and so on. So it's this little rotating magnetic wheel that spins and drives the whole device. So basically what was happening with the Bedini charger, or any other oscillating magnetic source, is it's just spinning that wheel. There's no EMF. There's no relativistic effects or anything. It's just a magnet spinning as a result of a magnet. So if that's happening with this device, then it's more than likely what's going on with this watch, that there's a little magnet in there that probably spins. That's why the angle is so critical when you're holding it. That it has to be aligned with the polarity in order for the device to advance it like that. So there you have it. There is really no relativistic effect on any watch due to these magnetic interactions. Thanks for watching.